Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying a couple minutes ago. Okay, so people watching and observing other couples outside. You'll see the couples where they're walking side by side, they're holding each other, versus the couples where you know that they're together or they seem together, but one is walking in front of the other one. So the engagement is already saying a lot of different things. Or it, from the outside looking in, it would send a different message. But when I was talking to him, when I was talking to Jimmy, I was like, it doesn't mean that it's not enough when a woman is asking for more. It means that in relationships, right, the woman is supposed to be, and this may sound foreign, but in some sense, a watchdog. Like, because women, everybody's emotional, but because women are known to use their emotion more, it comes with a form of awareness. It's a hyper awareness. So then, as it relates to if I were to say, I need you to show up more here, it doesn't mean in all of the other ways that you didn't show up enough. It just means because I embrace the awareness, it gives me the ability to see more, foresight. And because you are the logical one, I need you to see this because we need to figure this out together. And I'm forecasting it. It's like seeing the weather. I'm forecasting this and I'm able to see this so that this road, once we go down this street, we know how to dodge all of these bumps. Because I've already brought it to you, the head's attention. But then if I bring it to you and you hear it as problematic, that's exactly the road that it's going to go down. Because the men aren't supposed to be engaged as the problem solvers. If both of us are supposed to come to the solution, I'm not bringing the problem to be a problem. I'm bringing you the problem because you're a problem solver. I'm letting you know what's right around you. If I'm okay, if I'm working with you, scratch that. You got a company. You make so much money now. You married. You had a company dinner, and your wife says to you, she went to a meeting, and some of the people in your company, she just knew who was who just by looking at them, right? And she was able to gauge into that very quickly. And whenever you had to do things with the job, she just chose to kind of stay away from it. Whatever. Pray for you, kept you safe. Made sure you made it there. Made sure you made it back. Whatever the case may be. And it's one time she goes to a function with you. And it's a black tie affair. Where, remember earlier we was talking about dressing it up and it not looking like it is. Okay. So then she's still able to see through all of it. You know how you hear people say, we see through all that, Maybelline. Still able to see through all of that. And be able to tell you, this is that person, cut the deal with them, they should do that, maybe they should be doing this here. Oh, I talked to such and such, it seems like they are coming around now based off what you told me before. All of that. Because all of that pulls together how everything will be worked out between the two of you beyond work. It ties into family. It overlays into a whole bunch of, look, it'll put together a family function because you literally are just learning how to work with a person. But if you are always a person or a male that has an ear that always hears a female on the defense, all the things that I'm saying will literally never happen. You could be the one that can always get the good contract, always pull in the money, always be successful in every area, and be the richest, most miserable millionaire. You have nobody to share it with because you haven't given yourself the opportunity to listen, to see who is there to share with you already. And there's so many people like that. If you Google it right now, the richest men in the married in the richest men that exist are married in healthy relationships, not just married. Their partner is their literal partner. They're inclusive in all of the decision making, even if they're not present. So if you ever get in a relationship with somebody later and you hear her say, I need you to show up more here, that's growth. Growth is growth. Imagine you still trying to fit in the same size clothes that you wore when you were 6 and you 16. Yeah, you can put on a shirt, but the shirt need to be bigger. You need to get bigger. Your soul, bigger. Your spirit, bigger. The way you express yourself, bigger. The way you love yourself, bigger. You have to command more of yourself. And if you fight the people that try to get you to see that because they already see you as big, it's going to cause a lot of conflict because the conflict is inner. I told y'all the other night, the biggest person, the gaslighter, gaslights is they self first. That's why they think that all of their shit is going to work on everybody.
It's like you could ride in the steps, and they say to themselves, "I got this. I can float, so I'm gonna kick the step instead of taking and putting it in line so they can continuously progress."
Correct. You kick the step instead of literally taking it. Like move your foot. Step. Matter of fact, step out of your way. That works too. This shit drives me nuts.
You are very, very intelligent. I don't know why I see like an open. You've been there around this type of vibe right now. Just explaining and healing to the world on broadcast, live TV stream.
Well, guess what? This one is definitely going up. I'm posting this shit today. I probably post it before we leave. Because I'm so tired of the relationship dynamic, like the whole dating fishing pool. You know, the other day I was in here telling myself the dating industry. Like it's an industry.
That's so ridiculous. I mean, it wasn't always like that. They literally made movies about how love is supposed to be back in the day. You can't even come across it nowadays. So
You know what? You're right. And you know what else? It's always been industry. But in the industry, it's been beyond the industrial. Oh, this rich family go with this rich family. It's that love that broke through all that shit, like the Romeos and Juliets. You know what I mean? All of that, like those type of stories, the ones that surpassed what the rules said and then outlived everybody. And enough people are so concerned about things that they forget the main thing. And now we at this, what do you bring to the table shit? Which you know I can't stand that. But it's like, it's not even safe to say you bring intelligence to the table. You can't even bring skill set to the table anymore. Like, okay, so what if you get a job? What if you and a person, oh my God, y'all get it. Y'all both got amazing careers, and then all of a sudden some shit happened, and both of y'all lose y'all whatevers, right? What skill set did you have before you even met them? What can y'all build together? Because zero can be zero for anybody. It don't matter what you got right now. You can lose all of that shit. And then who's around you where you can start really building from that full card all over again? Who are you really surrounding yourself with? You know, can you pick up a tool? Can you use your brain to calculate how many measurements it's going to take to hang that one here, that one, and it all be level? Can you do that? And if you can't do it, do you know somebody that can do that part so that you can do the other part? Because then when you start working together, it's going to show you exactly what you are made of, not that job. Because then what could happen is y'all can end up building something that supersedes both of y'all income. And then what are you complaining about a table for when you can pick up that wood right there, take it apart and just build another table? What are we really talking about here?
this is what reminded me of when I worked for Direct Energy, and my boss was the person who taught us how to do the job. And mind you, this is the job where I made the most money I ever made. My boss is the person that teaches us how to do the job And the person who called our phones to bring us into the interview and stuff like that was his girlfriend. And we succeeded together. He came from somewhere that was nowhere close to Philadelphia. Came to Jenkintown, PA, with his girlfriend. She did everything computerized, getting people lined up and, locking in their service. And he taught us how to do the job in the field with us. And we got so good at it, he could stay back at the office and teach the next group of people that was learning while we went out to make the most money we ever made working on the job.
It's like, because this locker room conversation of how much women come home and complain about work, men do the same thing too. But the scale shows you something different. And it's like this belief behind. Like, I was talking one day, I said, really, when that type of thing happens, when a woman come home from work, she stressed out, whatever, she talking about her coworkers, blah, 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 blah. The male has the logic, right? So the idea is, again, you're a problem solver. I'm bringing these things to you. A, because you my homie, partner, lover, friend, trust buddy, right? I'm going to come home. It's not to bite your ear off and complain. It's to express, because I'm in a safe and free space. That's what that is. But then if you hear problem in anything that I'm saying, your logic can extract the emotion and really bring a solution. And I might walk into work the next day completely unbothered. Everything that you said to me that night, to shut all of what I just said down, not in a way where it dismisses how I feel, but you can recollect it and give me a different way to look at it. Because how I leave home and how I come back home is going to affect you, because it's home. So the safest thing to do would be to say something, not just filling a space, but really listening and really helping me solve the problem. Because if it was nothing, I wouldn't say nothing about it. If it's nothing, then it's literally nothing. What are we talking about? If those people at work, if I could laugh off the stress, I would never talk about it when I came home. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same way with men. Because I feel like if a man comes home talking about work, something about that job is really bothering him emotionally. And this is where the woman can deposit back the same way. Here, let me tell you what these feelings mean, because this is what I hear. Maybe such and such is going through you can hear past the words. A lot of people just sit in denial of hearing past the lines. They don't want to read between them, but it'd be right there. And it's like, you can hear it and you just refuse to say anything because it's not your problem. It's that. But then if the person that you work with keeps showing up like that, it becomes your problem, because then you got to deal with how they come to work every day. And then that's going to affect how you come home every day. Oh my God. Hold on. I put my lashes on. I said I'm not fucking crying. I'm not going to do it. It's oh my God, the mechanisms. It's the same thing. It'd be the same thing. It's the same thing. So the I need you, I admire the fact that you can give advice. I admire the way that you think. Here's this problem. I can't do it. Can you help me? Like what?
Personally, they just look at it. A lot of guys look at women as, she's about to come in my area, like it's had fuel to the fire, because they got enough of their own instead of hearing it from this perspective. It's hard to hear from this perspective when you get used to the world being a certain way too.
That's true.
But it makes so much sense, bro. When people pair it up and make time, take time to understand it. Everyone will think like them people. This is crazy.
You know what I think? Honestly, it's a lot of women that think like me. I think it's a lot of women that don't express themselves because to dodge the bullet of an argument. Yeah, that's what I think. Because when you become hopeless in how to approach something after going through it on repeat, it's like, and it's hard to say if it's a you problem or a them problem. It becomes a let's both of us look at this thing. If the wheel keep spinning the same way, then we need to start trying something different, because both of us are still here. So then what are we here for? So then the conversation can change. It can redirect a lot of things. Remember when I told you when I was at the other shop and I said, she kept asking me to be manager. Oh, Jen, you manage. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to do it. I don't want the extra responsibility. But then I started embracing what that looks like. And then some of the tools from just being there on a consistent basis, and just the way it has a lot to do with the way you embrace something too. It's beyond just doing the job part, which I felt like I wasn't doing that much of a job for, because I always had clients most of the time. So the other part didn't get the focus like I wanted to, but after a while it started to. And then when it did, I was forecasting. I saw the things that were becoming problematic before they blew up. And so when I addressed them, it went haywire. It's like, why am I, if if the title requires certain things to be addressed, why are we not addressing them? Why are we going around them? Because we talking about having a solution, right? So, but then how it affected home was the order, the consistency, the consistent practice, the things on repeat. Oh man, I need to start practicing this at home. So then you know how I worry. I'm right around the corner from home, but still worried about not being there. Oh man, I need to spend more time with the kids. Oh, let's go. When I started the movie watching thing with them and got so deeply invested in hype, it literally started fixing something in me. And it was the thing that helped me want to engage at home more. And got so, I had already watched Stranger Things. I watched the whole damn season and decided to restart watching it with Jaheim and Chris. And because I loved it the first time I watched it, but to rewatch it again and my mind be in a different space, what did I do? Ordered walkie-talkies. And it was like nostalgic, like the way that helped me reach into my literal childhood, because it literally felt like the 80s. And it made me remember how I felt when I was little. And it made me want to get back in that space.
That girl still exists, by the way.
I know.
They should be calling them. This is like, this is so decent when you hear it. Because for a long time, like as smart as I am with kind of relationship stuff, and as much as a lover I am, a lot of stuff didn't make sense. A lot of what you just now explained, it made sense of. I was kind of just like going with what was right in front of me, and knowing how the people around me or the person that I was dealing with at the time was operating, and I was going off the strength of certain things, and that the perspectives that you're explaining to me right now, that when somebody brings something to my attention, it's not always problematic. It's based on the way that I perceive it. Those talks wasn't had with me neither.
Mm-hmm.
They may have understood that they weren't trying to be a problem, but that wasn't explained to me. And as a guy, the way I perceive it based on the way that we are on a regular basis,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't seem like he was coming to me for help. It seemed like he was coming to me and bringing an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way I'm used to us operating in our relationship, and then just letting time pass and finding a solution to chalk and let it be what it will.
Mm-hmm.
We found ways to get back on common ground, but they grow past the problem. That's why I kept coming up. And then it came up enough to the point where separating was a better option.
And that's the part where a lot of times, unfortunately, we keep falling apart because problems come up to be fixed. Like, it's easy for all, if the majority of the world say, oh, problems, you're going to have problems, you're going to have, okay, and okay. So what do? Do we look at them? Like, do we stare at them? Do we just all stand miserable in agreement that, yes, problems are going to come? Or what the fuck are we, like, are we solving? Are we solving? What are we doing? Cause why? No, really, why? If I know what I know about me, and you know what you know about you, and these things keep coming up, it's like the ancestors in the background saying, "Oh shit, y'all, we about to roll this out again here. All right, let's try again today. It's Monday. Let's see what happens this time." Sometimes, even if you change your approach, they be in the background like, "All right, this one got it. Let's see what the other one do." Oh Lord, and then they all just sitting there like how you sitting right now, like, oh my God. I can't, like, wait, what's about to happen, right? We in the clouds now. We done went through all of this already. These fools down here day to day, they still don't get it. Like, us dying ain't do nothing for them. It ain't shock them into wanting to be better. Nothing. Like that. Like, we gave y'all these batons. Y'all trying to run with them, or you just like, is it a frisbee now? You know? But most of the time, it's this book that I sent y'all last year. I'm going to send it again. It's called Don't Believe Everything You Think. I listened to that book 3 times. I listened to it a total of 5 times, but I think it's not long to listen to. So one day I listened to it 2.5 times. The third time I was falling asleep. So maybe it was 4, because the next day I just picked up where I left off, and then I listened to it again. So maybe it was 4. Felt stuff lifting off. I'm listening to it today. I can't believe this. I said something about the book last week and ain't even turned it on. Literally felt stuff lifting off my chest. Because it proved that rewiring really can help. The machines that we come up with need the same things that we need. Think about this. If you got to reroute electricity, you cut the wire. If a wire goes bad, they got knob and tube from back in the day, and then they got this new wiring. But you still need the wire. The wire is the wire. All you have to do is change the wiring. So if you rip all of the knob and tube out, the house still need to stand. We still need to turn the switches on. We still need light. So you rip out the knob and tube and put the new stuff in. It's the same. Oh my God. It's like you healed the electricity. You took the old stuff out that's not working anymore. And you put the new stuff in that helps it become more efficient. And the old stuff is always going to put up a fight. Shit going to be like Velcro from the 80s. It's going to put up a fight to stay because it's used to the space that it's been taken up for so long. It's going to want to stay. I wrote about this morning. That's familiarity. You know how to be like, oh, it's a familiar spirit. It's familiar. Correct. Because familiarity is kind of like the universe. It don't have no favorites. It's used to being what it is. So if you're used to complaining all of the time and hearing things on the defense and being upset, familiarity within your vessel knows that. But it functions off of mechanisms of what gets practiced every single day. So if you start teaching your nervous system how to reach for something different, familiarity is going to do the same thing. It's just going to do it with different components now because you gave it something different. So then your familiar might become somebody's favorite. Familiar doesn't always have to be looked at as a negative, but most of the times it is, because familiarity is also looking to be viewed differently. Just like I said with the cartoon movie, anger is looking for joy all the time. Give it some. Like, flip the shit over. I could say all of this, and I'm telling you, if it falls on a dense ear, it will sound like confusion. But the person who catches it will catch it. Indeed, even if they catch it in pieces with me and you was talking about right now. Like you like
Right. I'm sitting here all right now. When I get my new phone and like storage on it, I need to hold it down. This is an audio book from the source. This is talking about the next generation of love. People think it's done. This could be a start. Not being, for a lot of men, not being able to see past that. Seeing a perspective brought to your attention as an issue versus an opportunity for both and for the both of you.
yes, it's for both.
It
Yes.
changed the whole dynamic on how people love, and it could be the reason why it's so hard for people to love now.
Yes. Thank you. Because that's what I was going to say when I started talking about the dating pool. Yes, that. The industry. The dating industry. Yes. Yes. And you got people outside the saying, teach me how to love you, right? But it's a learning process. And you know what it does? It shines the light back onto you and shows you how much you are, and in some cases are not loving yourself. And that's not a bad thing. Thank God you might be with or around somebody that can turn that light towards you and still love you regardless. I'm just letting you know it's more work needed here. What's the problem? If it's to grow, it's to grow. What do you want? Like, if everything could be like, remember Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs when he had the rubber shoes and it grew with him?
Mm-hmm.
If everything could be like that, easy. We probably wouldn't have no problems. But everything ain't like that. That's the growing pains and the stretching and the.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you, because I really felt like I was falling apart over here. Because I was.
And you chose to express, in the midst of expressing yourself, and like helping yourself to release things. You just taught me so much. I feel growth in the way that I've been perceiving how things went for years with multiple people has shifted in this conversation alone. It don't feel like complete broken heartedness no more. I feel like lessons, opportunities for growth. I want to think about some things I haven't thought about in years with the new knowledge I have and make it make sense in a way that I didn't know how beforehand. This was a great conversation. You are tough. Like, really. And you are brave and strong and full of love.
Thank you. So are you, actually.
Worthy of pain. Really. God is so good.
It's so crazy because when Manny, when I talked to Manny last week, can you turn that thing off? Because I don't even know if it's muffling the sound, which would suck. But they have this thing on my phone now where I can cancel out certain sounds. So maybe it will do that.
Oh, wow.
But it's crazy because it's a lot that is actually coming into alignment. And for Manny to have been where he's been and for the conversation to pick up like he just came from downstairs was crazy. And it's the same thing with me and you. It's the same thing with Tiana because she definitely did. I went in there and talked to the counselor. I did. And I was just sitting there smiling. Like when she started talking back, I was just like, no, I needed to hear it. I did. And the thing is, isolating conversation, because this is what people do. They come to somebody for advice with a problem and they doctor up their wrong side. You understand what I'm saying? So, in other words, they'll tell you the softer version of how they really were in the moment when they really needed to be like, no, I came in there, turned the table over, fucked some shit up, and then walked around like I didn't do anything at all. Like, and that doesn't help really solve what's going on because you're just giving it in parts. Like if everybody knew that it was normal for you to be upset because all of us come with layers and all of us have so many different unfinished things literally in our DNA from people that we've never met, like your great grandfathers and mothers and aunts and all of that. You have all of their stuff in you too, in your bloodstream. And so when you have experiences that come up, it may even seem familiar to you, but is now the baton here is for you to fix or put a different perspective to it. So that maybe when you have kids, you reteach them to live a different way, or you give them space to learn how to live the way that they want to live. You don't downsize or make small anything that they want to do. But if you can't fully express what's really all going on, what are you really solving? Because it's like solving the surface. We just had to go deeper. It's just necessary, I think. That's just what I think. You want to sit in the swing?
Slide on saying here's
Mm-hmm.
you want to hold even with me?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, thank you so much for talking to me just now. My perception for years about a couple of relationships I've been in, I'm not gonna say what's wrong, but it wasn't as put together as it is now. I'm not even gonna go backwards. I just understand things that I didn't. But it's making it hard for me to even open my mind back up to the idea of falling back into love in any form. It could be as simple as making it make sense. And wow, a lot of things really get in the way that for people.
You let me say, you know how people may call somebody dumb because they say, you just what do you call people who be in love all the time? It's a phrase I'm trying to think of. Sucker for love kind of thing, like that. Like no matter how many times your heart get broken, you ready for it again, right? So I remember I was having this moment years ago, years, and this is what helped me stay in love, and this is what helped me become this person that understood you don't need another person to actually be in love. So, for instance, if you were to look at love, and I swore I did this on the YouTube a long time ago, but maybe I didn't. If you were to look at love as a house, you walk up to one of them little cottages and it just says love on the front. You go in there. And what if it was like a small magic house? It's empty to people standing outside of it. But as soon as you walk in, everything that you love is in there. You don't feel like you're missing nothing. Your favorite food is in there. Your favorite type of chair to sit in is in there. Your favorite music is playing. Your is your favorite show just playing on the TV in the background. You go in the bathroom, you know I love a clawfoot tub. Your favorite tub is sitting right there. It's actually got water in it ready for you to jump in. It's a magic house, right? The temperature is always the same. And you see what love looks like to you. And you never lose that. That's how you stay in love within yourself. It's a house that you can always enter. Once you decide that you're going to share that with somebody, that's you trusting letting them come into your house. And this is very, I don't know why the word, why is it ambivalent about the come? This is very mirroring to why, when it comes to relationships, some women do not let men in their house. Because it's a very sacred place. Or people in general. When the cable guy came last year, when I couldn't figure out why the Wi-Fi went out, I called them and I said, she said, we'll send a tech out. I said, is your tech, because they can tell you who's coming out based on the schedule. I said, is your tech male or female? Oh, well, we go with who's off the schedule. I'll see who comes up. Who is it? She said the guy's name. I said, I need a female or he's not coming in here. I said, I need you to send a text that I'm requesting. Otherwise, we can cancel it and I'll figure out the internet. Do you know a guy came to the house? I talked to him at the door. I said, I used to work for Comcast. I'm a little familiar with the equipment. Tell me what to do because you're not coming in here. And he looked at me and totally respected what I said. He said, where are all your wires? I said, they're in the back. I said, well, I have a private walkway. Once you go around this way, you can walk up towards the gate and then just come over the gate. He came and hopped the fence, was in the back. He said, go downstairs in your basement and see if it's a switch next to the window. Push that lever down and turn the switch back on. Run upstairs and tell me if your internet comes back on. You know what happened? Remember when the fuse would go out if it was too many heaters on at the same time? It finally switched that off. That's what it was. And I had no idea. So when I turned that switch back on and ran all the way back upstairs in the room, the internet lights was blinking the right way. I said, thank you. You know what he did? He said, I'm just cancel this appointment so that it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Because if you would have known that, I'm pretty sure that you would have fixed it. No entitlement. No him feeling like, oh God, here comes this woman trying to do my job again. None of that. You totally just respected my wishes at first and still stayed present to just help me because I needed help. That's another form of love. That's another form of love. We gotta figure out which movie we're watching today. I'm still trying to figure out where the hell I'm gonna hang this TV at because this is dumb.
And it's stuff flying off of the screw when it's not
Oh, I ain't know you asked for them. My glasses is in that drawer, but I'm going to have to call her and ask her because I felt the anchors over here. I mean the beams behind this.
Which is why it don't make sense because you should just be able to look at where they are. Necessarily should mesh apart because the beams of wood go straight across the ceiling.
I don't know what's behind that wall.
That's just the next room.
That's what I'm saying. I think the way that if you were to go into her room looks different. So, yeah, like the way that they had to build all of this around all of these existing pipes and metal. It's probably nothing but beams behind that wall.
This studio, you know, I see why they call it studio apartments. I was about to say it's literally the size of like an apartment, like a one bedroom, without the walls that separate the rooms. This is crazy. What are you living when you need
I feel like I just want you to sit in the swing. If it feel like I'm on a coaster, because it's so.
I feel like we just went to science class.
We went to the class of humanity. That's where we went. I'm tired of this old shit. It's just so annoying. It's just so annoying. Ugh. Got me out here with my head popping off. Neck going back and forth. Okay. I guess we can get hoagies now. Tayon in the house. All right, I guess we can go before I keep playing in this swing.